The year is 1989. Joseph Stalin, heading the Russian totalitarian Soviet state, has conquered through through sheer military might, has conquered out and formed a global spanning communist empire with nations allied with puppet states scattered all across the world. The Americans and their democratic or Western led world order, alongside the French and the British, have been unable to curtail this sheer spread of communism, leaving the map mode looking something like this. As you can see, the map is very red. And so, worried or alarmed by this great spread of communism and their inability to contain it indirectly, the Western powers have decided that it is time to attack the Soviet Union directly. But how this happens, where it starts, hard to say. There are many potential flashpoints. One of them being in Spain, where Portugal, led by the Tonia de Oliveira Salazar, or the authoritarian government, is against the communist Spanish government nearby its borders, despite and Portugal itself being vastly stronger than Spain, seeks to get rid of the communist government there. Meanwhile, you have the Italians under Benito Mussolini, the French, all of them, all of them are concerned about communist influence, especially spreading throughout Africa and into their own colonies. Now that I'm done setting up this world, I need to start the wars. Essentially, welcome to World War III. I'm gonna start now. The way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna play as. Sorry, I hope you guys noticed the change in. It's no longer the storytelling mode. I'm too. I just want to get to it. I'm not gonna waste your time. Anyways, we're gonna have essentially the entire rest of the world against this communist bloc and see who wins. Right now, the communist bloc is like utterly massive. And I think if everybody declares war on the Soviet Union, their vassals will get, like, for example, yeah. So if I'm playing as Monaco right now. Now you might be wondering, I too am a vassal of the Soviet Union. Will I fight in this war? No. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be here as like a spectator. I'm mainly here just to like incite the war real quick and then let it play out, you know? And so what I'm gonna have all these nations do is I'm gonna have them all declare war on the Russian totalitarian Soviet state, and we'll see how it goes. So first of all, we're gonna have France, the UK, Portugal attacking as well. So then we're gonna, and also I think the US is also part of their alliance as well, so that'll be interesting. Now, the People's Republic of Canada, despite being communist, is not part of the Russian totalitarian Soviet state. So I don't know if I'll have them join as well. But Egypt will. Oh wait, no, Egypt is communist. What am I saying? Anglo-Egyptian Sudan will probably join once the UK gets involved, so their colonies will. India needs to also will also take part, probably attacking communist China. But okay, we're gonna have them attack. So yeah, of course. Let's say India has border disputes with basically every single communist nation neighboring it. You know, they want to settle it as well, and also they too are being surrounded by what do you call communism. To be fair, on all its borders except the one with the UK, so they want to get rid of that. Siam will also join this war because they are against Myanmar's communist government. And oh wait, no, Japan doesn't exist. Never mind, Japan doesn't exist. Let's see, Philippines. Oh no, Philippines is communist too. We have Indonesia will join, Australia as well. It's essentially one giant war. Oh, not China. Australia joining just because the UK and US are joining. So like, you know, they got. Oh wait, no, New Zealand is part of the. Oh wait, no. My bad. The lore was that Australia is joining to get rid of New Zealand's communist government. That's why. Anyways, oh, and Turkey will also join this war because they are still pissed about Kurdistan. But I've currently run out of diplomacy points, so I'm gonna just boop. Okay, that's one turn. Don't worry, don't worry. Nothing too much will happen in that one turn. Sorry, Italy needs to join because they wanna. I don't know what Italy wants to do, man. I think they just want to take out Yugoslavia. Okay, and then we'll have. Who's left? Um, oh, Brazil. Sorry. Brazil will be joining as well because of this increasing Soviet influence in Latin America. And so will the Argentinians. Argentinians? Sorry, Argentinians join as well. And South Africa. Because, I mean, I don't know, man. They just don't like communism, I guess. Essentially, this is essentially everyone in the world that isn't communist going against the communists. And soon you'll see all the. Nope, I'm not joining the war against Portugal. And soon we'll see all the nations who are part of the. Wait, why aren't. Wait a second. Why aren't all the puppet states. Okay, why aren't all the puppet states going to. I'm so confused. Why is France only a war with the Soviet Union? Or the UK? Did I mess up? Did I mess this up? We have. We have all these wars going on, but only Italy and Portugal have got the entire communist world against them. Why is it the? Oh wait, no, no, even Brazil. Okay, okay, so I did do it right. It's just that like, the war still needs to spread. I'm guessing. I'm not joining the war against Brazil, but I think the war just needs to spread. Yeah, I need to get the U.S. involved. Otherwise, what's the point? That's the U.S. is the main the main anti-communist nation. Okay, now it's spreading. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Now we're having our global all-encompassing war. So why is it not? Come on. Why is it not starting? Why is India not getting swarmed? Anyways, okay, we're having our first border changes already. The Soviets are already in the British Isles. They've taken over the north. I don't know why this is under occupation. I don't know who legitimately owns this. From what I remember earlier in this gameplay, I don't know if you guys remember. Okay, what this essentially is my gameplay playing as the Russian totalitarian Soviet state, but then I just continued. This is a continuation of that same world, where the Soviet Union essentially went insane and started creating communist nations everywhere. And so right off the bat, as soon as this war started, we're seeing Portugal completely take over Spain. Portugal and France. So Spain is not really doing too good. Meanwhile, we're having the Soviet. I mean, I'm just calling them the Soviets because for simplicity's sake, you're having the Soviets absolutely steamroll the French alongside the Belgians and the Dutch. Up here in the UK, it's really a different story. Not as many troops over there, but now you're having France's empire in Africa just disintegrate, mainly due to Morocco and the Libyans, but also Nigeria, Spain over here, the Democratic Republic of the Congo also taking part. And so here you're actually seeing Portugal losing their colonies, but the UK is putting up a pretty good fight. Although Ethiopia is now coming in and pushing back the United Kingdom, so we'll see who's getting up on top there. Next up, we're having Yemen. Yemen's here fighting the UK, which I think they've taken the British-held territories in Aden, Aden, I don't know. Like this territory that the British previously owned, Oman and Yemen have split it up now, and so yeah, all over the empires are really crumbling. But okay, this is pissing me off. Hold on a second. Why is this not expanding? I need all hands on deck for this to work. Why is it? Dude, come on. Okay, you know what? Let me get India at war with like its immediate neighbors. Otherwise, this come on, guys. I'm trying to make a narrative now. Why is it not working? Let me just fix that real quick. And Myanmar too. Let me just yeah. Okay, now that makes more sense. Okay, so we have the complete disintegration of France as a country. Oh my goodness, the amount of troops that the Soviets are like fielding. I wish there was a way we could tell how many troops they have, but we can't. And now they've also completely taken over the British Isles as well and returned it to Germany. Because France and Germany are still at war? Wait, what? Why did it never show up before? You know what? It doesn't matter. Now we're having the Soviet Union help the Germans, which is weird. This shouldn't be happening. Hold on a second. We can't have this. We can't have this. Okay, there we go. Let's say the Germans they rebelled in the British Isles. The pro-German British rebelled to form Germany and put Hitler back in charge. Yep, that's exactly what happened, guys. You see how well developed this lore is. And meanwhile, oh, you have sorry, Mexico was meant to join this war. But we're having a very interesting war right now. Brazil is getting completely knocked out in the war. Argentina? Damn, Argentina has just. They pieced out almost immediately, I think. I don't think they wanted anything to do with this war. They've immediately left it. Meanwhile, Brazil is getting absolutely eviscerated, and they're soon going to be divided up between these nations. Even New Zealand is here somehow. I don't even know how they even get here. But yeah, we're seeing the Kingdom of Brazil fighting for its last life. Meanwhile, we have France making a comeback in the Middle East. They've managed to defeat Morocco. Surprising, actually, I thought France was just gonna like die, but no, they've managed to defeat Morocco as well. And they're facing rebellion, sure, but hey, man, it's nothing they can't deal with. Meanwhile, we have the UK invading Nigeria. So, the colonial powers, their fortunes are actually turning in terms of like in Africa. Even though in Europe right now the Soviet Union is utterly steamrolling them. It's kind of, yeah, this is kind of tragic. They're just steamrolling these nations. But with the Germans now joining the side of the Allied powers, kind of. I don't know, France still hates them, but hey, now that they're fighting the Soviet Union, the UK has managed to liberate most of their nation from the Soviets. France is not so lucky though. Anyways, now the Soviet Union is coming, like, or the I don't even know, man. I should call this the Warsaw Pact. Yeah, all the Warsaw Pact nations are coming down. They got a rebellion in Spain, but that's against the Spanish government, not the Portuguese. The Portuguese don't really care, and they're kind of hesitating, I think, or are they like focusing on? They're focusing on Italy probably. Yeah, dude. Oh my, these are some crazy troop numbers, man. I don't think anybody is really beating this, but hey, it makes for an interesting war, honestly. And oh my goodness, the amount of casualties. I mean, it's the Soviet Union bearing most of the brunt. Um, yes, the Soviets bearing most of the brunt of this war. Oh, and oh damn, oh, Ethiopia taking a lot of like casualties for this war. I mean, it makes sense. They were doing a lot. They were pushing the UK back, but now we're seeing the UK actually push the Ethiopians back, which honestly kind of surprising. I'm kind of impressed. We're seeing Turkey take over Egypt. Will they? Will they wipe? Damn. Okay, so Turkey has knocked Egypt out of this war. They've managed to peace out with. I don't know if they've. Did they even fight the other nations? Wait, what? Did they just fight Egypt? That's weird. They should be fighting Kurdistan, technically. Lore accurately, they should be fighting Kurdistan. But then the Greeks also fight them because they want to get back, rivalry, I guess. I don't know, man. The Soviets putting everybody against each other. And While Turkey's somewhat succeeding in their conquest of Kurdistan, it's gonna soon be reversed. They're way too close to the Soviet Union to ever make it. And in all this chaos, democratic Spain has now risen up once again. Once again, democratic Spain has risen up. And Portugal is surprisingly holding their own in terms of holding up Spain, especially considering that they don't actually even own the provinces, they're just occupying them. And meanwhile, we're having the Soviet Union, they've been taking over they've, no way. Oh, wait, the United Kingdoms. Sorry, I thought they puppeted the UK, and I was just shocked. And all right, now with the entry of Mexico, the Mexicans are okay. They're managing to actually take over a decent chunk of the Central America, but jeez, these are some insane casualty numbers. Although I can't lie, the Mexicans and the Central Americans are like, man, they're going 1 for 1 with this death ratio. I don't know if it's just really balanced in here. Border isn't even moving. Damn. Anyways, I wonder what the U.S. is doing. How much of they are not contributing enough. I need to see. I'm not seeing enough enthusiasm from the Americans, honestly. And but all in all, in Africa, the Western powers are doing actually pretty good, like comparatively speaking. I don't know why Sudan is not in this war. I think we need Sudan in the war. And India is India is fighting for its life. Let's see how it's doing. 277,000 casualties. I really wonder what the if you look at the world's population, yeah. Yeah, this thing is just culling humanity, this war. I mean, that's what the real that's what the real World War III would have done as well. But here we're having the Soviets invading India now from all sides. They're backing the communist Afghan government. They're pushing back right now. So are the Iranians coming in from the left. And the only thing stopping them. Oh, wait, no. The Indians have gone and invaded Myanmar. Myanmar should. They could be knocked out pretty soon. I'm not joining that war. If the British, I mean, in British, what I mean, if the Indians can knock out like Myanmar, that would be pretty good. Oh wait, what? Oh, okay. So the UK has managed to have they managed to knock out? They've knocked out Ethiopia, which and okay, so the UK is actually doing pretty good considering their like situation of losing their main island. Um, they've managed to knock out the Congo, and also now there's another tribe here, monarchy kingdom, and yeah, they managed to knock out the Congo. They managed to knock out Ethiopia, really two big countries in Africa right there, and now they're actually almost ready to destroy Yemen. I mean, if they take this last province, I think they can peace. Yeah. Okay, so they've wiped out Yemen. Oman is coming in, but I doubt the British will be able to wipe them out. See, I think the whole war is like dependent on proximity to the Russian like totalitarian Soviet state. Like the closer you are to them, the more screwed you are. um, Anyways, Turkey has been holding out on its own for quite some time now. They've taken some massive casualties, but so far they're still fighting on. I don't know how long that's gonna last though, because yeah, yeah, the Russians are coming in with everything they got. Meanwhile, we have the Portuguese here trying to push back. Not a good idea, but they're trying to push back. And we're seeing communist Spain getting liberated. Their territories are getting freed. But just as they're getting freed, the communist Spanish, like, it's like they're unlucky. They're twice now they've had revolts against their government. And sure, the revolts are unstable, but hey, at least they're not at war. So yeah, that's going on. Meanwhile, over here, Mexico has managed to push all the way down to Panama, and if they can just If they can just get rid of like the Union of Central America, I think that would be like a really big win for the Mexicans, especially considering how much. Oh wait, no, this is Italy. My bad. Um, Considering especially how much casualties they've taken just to the Union of Central America. It's insane. Although now the casualty ratio is not 1 to 1 anymore. We're seeing a lot more collaboration from like the other socialist nations, especially Norway. Just you really wouldn't expect Norway to be here, but hey, it's really random. Anyways, we're having invasion of Alaska going on right now as well. The USA is not defending any of this. Meanwhile, we're seeing. Let's see what else we're seeing. We're seeing Turkey getting like dismantled, and I mean, you're seeing the Russians conquering it almost completely. Sorry, I don't want to focus on one place too long. We're seeing France is once again struggling with their colonies. Although the UK has whoa, okay, wait, hold on a second. Big, this is big. The UK has met. Okay, the UK has managed to take out Nigeria. Okay, I gotta admit the UK is like, their backs are against the wall, but they're really like wiping out the smaller nations in Africa right now. It's like I'm actually kind of impressed. I was expecting them to crumble, but all in all, the war is still going pretty badly. But hey, it's still cool, man. It's still cool to see them like doing like having successes. Meanwhile, over in India, yeah, it is especially destructive. I mean, half the casualties are now reaching 500,000. I wonder if we'll ever see one where it reaches 1 million, but that I highly doubt. Anyways, we're seeing them actually able to consolidate power. Right now, Ghana has been taken, so the British have knocked out Ghana from the war as well. Like, yeah, look, see, these are all the nations that have been knocked out of the war right here. German Confederation, Czechoslovakia, and Austria. These three don't count, but like the rest of them, all the ones below Ethiopia, have been knocked out in the war, and then there's me who's not taking part. I don't care, but yeah, this is quite the interesting war. I mean, who knows? We might see them knock out Liberia next. I mean, that's what's looking likely. Like, oh, I mean, hey, they might actually knock out Liberia. It's close. And France has once again regained control of the situation. The Libyan Socialist Republic might fall too. Although, I mean, are we surprised? They're not really that strong. But anyways, Portugal is steadily losing power. I can't lie. They're not doing too good. Um, and over here, the British are once again they're being pushed out of this thing, Arabia, right now. They're down there. Oh wait, the U.S. is here though. They're here for the oil. I don't know if they'll ever do anything though. I think they're just massacring the Arabs. Oh well. Meanwhile, over here we have what's this? Oh wait, no, Anglo. Okay, Sudan and the UK are. Oh, I think they're gonna take out Egypt again. Egypt was already beaten by Turkey, but like, um, now Turkey was beaten by the Soviets in Kurdistan and Greece. So now we're gonna see Turkey get invaded soon. If this is Age of History 3, I think. No, wait, it won't happen. What I was saying was like Egypt's provinces would be returned to it, but that's not likely to happen. And Mauritania just rebelled and gained independence. So that's one thing. France is not doing too good because, yeah, they took, yeah, they took over this stuff and then they immediately lost it to rebellions. So, I mean that kind of sucks. But okay, now Portugal is Portugal's in an interesting situation right now. They have the two like I don't know what's with the Spanish provinces, but like they just had a knack for rebelling, and now both they're two Spanish nations that are like forming a border wall between Portugal and the Warsaw Pact. It's not like it's gonna do anything, but still. Just funny. And we have Germany, which has. Why did it stop fighting? I don't know why they stopped fighting them. This is not lore accurate. Germany would fight till the very end, Loki, if they were alive like this. So let's see. Let's see. Will Hitler be able to take control of the British Isles? As weird of a statement as that sounds. Oh, sorry. I should correct myself. Would he be able to take control of the British Isles through the British Isles? Anyways, oh my goodness, they've managed to take out Libya. Dude, I can't. They've okay. Wait. This needs to be appreciated. Actually, they've managed to take over the entirety of like Africa, and somehow Brazil has managed to survive through all of this as well. It's quite insane. I thought they were for sure dead. Like I thought they're dead by now. But hey, I think okay. So they've made peace with Uruguay. That's the only one. Mexico is Mexico's made peace with the Union of Central America. That's a pretty good success actually. But right now they are struggling. They're really struggling to take out Colombia or well, the Latin American nations keep invading them, so that's a problem. Also, okay, is Argentina done being neutral? Can I please have them like I don't know invade? Let me just have them invade. Wait, let me just have them invade like Paravia. Yeah, Paravia. Sure, I'm not going to war with Germany. Okay, so now Argentina is at war with the Soviets. And you know what? They gotta go because they're fighting Paravia. They gotta go to war with all their immediate neighbors, as they should. This is lore, guys. This is part of the lore. They're doing it in support of Brazil. No, I'm not joining the war against Argentina. Meanwhile, okay, we got Mexico up here. Um, okay, they're actually succeeding in taking chunks and chunks of Colombia right now. Will they be able to wipe Colombia out completely? See, Mexico. See, even though these socialist nations over here are numerous, they are like 1 to 1. They're weaker than Mexico and the U.S., for example. So if these the allies can take them out one by one, then it should be fine. Like they should be able to win. So far, the Eurasian continent is dominated by communism, as you can see, but there are some holdouts like fascist Austria. Ironically enough, will be like if they're staying so still that no one notices them, they're just not gonna be. No one's gonna bother them. No one's gonna bother them. And I think Italy is still at war as well. Yep, Benito Mussolini is surviving on the island of Malta. It's last stand at the island of Malta. Who knows what will happen to them next? Same thing with Turkey. Turkey is surviving through Egypt. And meanwhile, oh my goodness. Yeah, India is getting absolutely mauled. I think this is gonna. Okay, this one theater of the war has reached over 1 million casualties. If you add both these up, that's like 1,140,000 to 1,240,000. It's like 1.5 million around there. My goodness. Just this one theater of conflict. What about Indonesia? What? Wait, I thought Indonesia's. What? Dude, Indonesia was totally in this war. Now it's. Why is Australia not. Dude, I'm tweaking, bro. This is not lore accurate, guys. What is happening? What are we doing? Why does okay? So South Africa has pieced out with all these nations, every single one of them actually, and anyways, moving on. So we have over here in South America, we got I don't care about Indonesia, but yeah, Argentina is now losing territory immediately. They were doing okay for like a few seconds. I'm not joining Australia. I mean, okay, will they be able to take out Uruguay before anybody gets to them? Come on. Come on, Argentina, do something. Do something to help your ally Brazil. Okay, they're not going to be able to do anything. But Mexico is. Oh my goodness. Okay, Mexico is actually going insane right now. They're I think they'll soon be able to. One issue with Mexico is, oh wait, no, they're assimilating all the provinces actually. I was about to say one problem is they won't be able to assimilate because they're in the middle of a war, but that's not really the case. I think they seem to be fine. Now, the UK, on the other hand, we're checking back in on them. They appear to be dealing with a rebellion in Nigeria. I just saw the thing saying it, but they should knock it out perfectly fine. Oh, 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 oh! It seems like the British don't have as good of a hold on the situation as we thought. I think it's probably because they haven't assimilated a thing. Yo, what if we see like Sokoto rise up or something? I think that's what we're gonna see. Probably Sokoto or something will like rise up. And oh my god, no way. Okay, France is getting liberated right now. I don't know by who, but France just got liberated, or at least the south of France. But oh my goodness, the sheer amount of troops here. The sheer amount of troops is like slowing down the game. Oh my goodness. What an insane game. Okay, how on earth is Hitler still surviving? Like how? He's like in an implicit alliance with the Allies, but like what? I don't know. This guy's the true survivor. He's the true survivor of this conflict. Was losing the entire war in 1945, and then boom, he's still here. And oh, okay. India might be on its last legs. Let's just take a look at these stats. 800,000 casualties on the Indian side. Once this theater of war ends, just imagine the sheer amount of um, Soviet troops that will be freed up. Meanwhile, we got Sri Lanka carved up between Russia and China. We have Indonesia. Okay, they've been taking the Philippines. If they can take out the Philippines, that'd be good for their team. Oh well, right now no one's stopping them. Actually, they're on like a lightning fast campaign right here. I think they'll be able to if they just take this island, this last island. If they take it, they'll be good. But we got China stepping in, invading to try stop Indonesia from this, but to no avail. Let's now witness the end of India right here. 824, 825. Oh, are they pushing back? See, okay, I need to look at other parts of the world too, but I don't wanna miss the end of India. This is like a major front. India has now lost all of its provinces. 830,000 people have died, and now we will see what the peace deal is like. Let's hope it's generous. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this looks horrible. Nope. And just like that, India is out of the war. A big loss for the anti-communist nations right here. And we really need to have like, hold on a second. South Africa has got to get involved in this war. Can't not have it involved. At least against the Soviet Union, it should be there. Anyways, are there any nations that I've missed? No, right? Yeah, I have not. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Okay, I was actually saying this kind of thing earlier, but I was about to say, like, Argentina and Brazil may have been struggling, but all they needed was to survive until Mexico could come down. And this is why. It's just completely wiped out all of these Latin American nations, because again, individually, Mexico is way stronger than each of them, and so they can just wipe them out. And so now we're gonna see Venezuela get knocked out as well, and that'll really wrap it up for what's this? I don't care. That'll really wrap it up for South America, right? Yeah, yeah. It's just gonna wrap it up. Mexico is really unstable, but hey, if they can assimilate all of this, oh, they'll be a real contender. They'll be a real contender for fighting back. And even though Canada may be communist, just to balance things out, I'm gonna have it be that like um, Canada. I don't know, man. Canada. Canada institutes. Let's call it like this. Canada institutes socialism with Canadian characteristics, and the Soviet Union is heartbroken. The great um, Canadian the the Canadian Soviet split occurs, and boom, now Canada's at war with the Soviet Union. Oh no, how tragic. Yep, I'm sure you guys love my storytelling, right? Yep. uh, oh well, anything to balance out this war, honestly. We have ooh, wait, I didn't see this coming. We have a rebellion against the Afghans, probably because of all the death that was happening there. We'll see if anything happens. Oh, we have a rebellion against the Soviets? That they'll crush, though. I don't care. How much do the Soviets... Okay. Okay, that's a little scary. That is a little bit scary. I need to, Uh... I am... I am so dead. If Stalin decided right now he could just wipe me out of existence. Oh my goodness, yeah, if they just decided they could wipe me out of existence. I will do some appeasement. Anyways, oh, okay, looks like the Afghans have handled, yeah, they've been able to handle the war. They've been able to handle their rebellion. Meanwhile, oh, okay. Meanwhile, Turkey is now making a comeback. I don't think it's a long-lasting one. They're doing the thing where they spread out in all directions, but hey, it's something. A respectable effort. Oh, but the Soviets have made landfall, but they're being fought back against. Meanwhile, the UK is now back in Arabia. They have now wrestled their way back into Arabia. Ethiopia is still here, but drastically weakened. And now the Allies continue to maintain their hold on Africa. And now their hold on South America as well. But the communists still maintain their hold on Eurasia. I really wonder how this is going to go. Because I don't know if you guys have heard, I don't know if you guys know about like the world island theory. It's like I don't know, it's like a political concept which like divides the world into, how do I put this? A very abstract way. It's like islands, right? And the world island is considered to be this, like all of Asia and Europe, or Eurasia, basically Eurasianism. So like all of Eurasia right now is communist essentially, but will they be able to stand against North America, South America, Africa, and Oceania? We'll have to see. It'll be interesting to see, because right now, over in the Indochina at least, or not Indochina, but Southeast Asia, China and Myanmar, along with the Soviet Union, have been able to completely push all the way down to Singapore. It's quite impressive. They've completely knocked the British out of there, and now, oh wait, no, sorry, India is peaceful. What am I saying? But there is a way we could keep India in the war if we just like attack Saudi Arabia or something. But like, uh, nah. That doesn't fit the storyline too much, low key. Also, India would just get pummeled again, so then no need. Oh wait, hold on a second. Nigeria has rebelled and gained independence from the British, and the British have actually tolerated this. You know, normally you wouldn't expect that, but hey, they've tolerated this expansion right here, and now, um, the Nigerians actually look like they're ready to rebel against the Soviets, which, okay, now never mind. Their liberty desire isn't really changing, but regardless, the war has slowly changing. I mean, Turkey is still knocked out, and the Soviets are now starting to reach like Palestine and the Palestine region and the Sinai. And see, the thing is, if the Soviets manage to get all the way to the Sinai, or if they actually start bringing their troops in large numbers, they'll be able to flood the African continent. And just to maintain some realism, I'm gonna have Nigeria attack the UK. Why would they rebel and then not do anything more? Same thing with the Liberians. Same thing with the Liberians, actually. Yeah, these African nations have been under colonialism for far too long. They need to fight back, or at least, I mean, they were, but then it's not like they will just stop. Sorry, it just makes things more interesting. Yeah, Nigeria. Look at Nigeria. Look at them go. Will they succeed though? I wonder. Oh, never mind. I think the French and British are coming back. Will the British extinguish them once again? Extinguish the flames of independence. Oh wait, no, they damn, they managed to escape all the way here. But once again, the British have brought them under the fold. Will they actually assimilate them this time? Who knows? But we have Spain. Okay, Portugal has slowly been weakened over time, but it's still impressive how long they've been able to stand against the Soviets. I mean, they've basically been fighting here alone. Although now we have the French and British coming in, it's not gonna be enough. I don't think it'll ever be enough what they're doing. Right now, France is no way. What? What? How is? Oh, my gosh! Wait, I just realized. I was wondering how France could have 70,000 casualties against this like weakened Germany, and then I realized this is 59 years of war, and they're still at it. It's just I don't know, man. That just made me laugh. Like this war window is outdated now. Like Japan still exists. Abyssinia is still on the axis. I don't know. It's just funny to me. And through all this, Germany has still survived. It's it's almost impressive. Oh, and Italy. Italy is making a comeback. And this is really cute. Italy and Germany are still friends. Benito Mussolini and Adolf Hitler have not forgotten their love for each other. Anyways, right now the communists are still dominating Eurasia, and like I said, they've made landfall. I guess not landfall, but they've made inroads into Africa, and they've finally wiped out Turkey. Turkey has been knocked off the board. This is another major win for the communists. Now they are in Africa in large numbers, although I say that with exaggeration. That's not really large numbers. The Soviets are getting pushed out again pretty quickly. Oh, and the Portuguese have arrived to push them out too. See, that's what I'm saying. But the Portuguese are like such a major player in this. They're having like an outsized role for being so like relatively small. And now I'm just seeing that like nations are just breaking apart. And Spain is breaking apart into pieces through rebellion. And I think that's something we'll see over and over. Like right here, there are rebels against the French right now, right alongside the borders of Monaco. And well, here we have the Russians trying to take. Okay, but the Italians are trying to fight back. They're still. Mussolini is leading the fight from Malta. He's not giving up. Now, can the Allies hold the Soviets off at the Sinai, basically? Hold them off from reaching Africa. Only time will tell. Their hold on Africa still. Whoa. Okay, I did not see this coming, but hey, it's now a complete change. This is really changing up the game right now. South Africa has now declared war on the United Kingdom. We are now seeing infighting amongst the allied powers against communism. The ones allied against communism, because I think what happened was probably while the South Africans were attacking one of these communist nations, the UK also attacked, and then while they were fighting, shots were exchanged between their troops. And so now you're in a situation where they're fighting each other, and the South Africans are making large, sweeping gains against the British, with only taking a few casualties, by the way. The British are not ready for this war. But okay, so they've seemingly managed to stop the South Africans at Zimbabwe. Yeah, this is Zimbabwe, right? Yeah, at Zimbabwe, or around Zimbabwe at least. So they managed to stop them, but South Africans are still going. Oh, would you look at that? The French, the French as I think the French are now, no, they're not. They are stronger. Okay, they are stronger than the British right now, and they've even managed to retake their capital, which must be a very symbolic moment for them. And we also have Argentina coming in here to support their French allies, in the invasion of Europe. But alas, in a major blow to the allies, Portugal is now falling. Their mainland, their bases, they're losing it. Right? So it's not just, the communists that are being knocked out one by one, but so are the socialist nations also being knocked out. And now India is once again free to do whatever they want. And let's just say that they attack Myanmar because they really want their coastline back. But the Soviets, of course, will not allow such an action. But the Indians will try anyways. Meanwhile, we have Indonesia with. Come on, I think Indonesia needs to pick up the pace. They're at 92,000. Australia as well. Come on. These guys are they're kind of lazy. They should be able to knock out New Zealand pretty quick. How does New Zealand have a bigger industry than Australia and is stronger? Come on, Australia, get your shit together. Oh yeah, I don't know if I should say that. Anyways, okay, now the Russians have come into Africa in much larger force. But the Portuguese are still trying to fight over the Sinai. I'm not joining the war against India. The Portuguese are still trying to take the Sinai. They're still trying to stop the Russians from entering. Meanwhile, I don't think it's going to go well for India, but oh well, they're going to try. They're just going to try, I guess. Meanwhile, Africa is no longer the bastion for the communist world right now. Meanwhile, Argentina decides to finish off Paravia. They don't want to leave. And so does Mexico. Mexico decides to finish off Ecuador. Essentially, Argentina and Mexico are performing a mop-up operation. Oh, and Central America. Again, they've defeated these nations, but now they're just gonna perform like a mop-up operation here, just to get rid of them. Sorry, I'm just gonna start the wars real quick. Yep. Okay. Mexicans want to solidify their hold over Central America, but the war against Central America will go fine. Yeah, they're gonna win. But yeah, so now these powers have solidified their hold. Although Argentina is gonna struggle a little bit to take out Paravia, considering Paravia is much more a little bigger than the rest. But now Central America, after those actions, is fully within the control of the Allied powers. Although Mexico is being attacked by New Zealand. Wait, maybe this is why their industry went up, actually. No, they've been developing their industry. Yeah, sorry, never mind. They've been developing their industry on their island. Where is oh my goodness. Paris and... what's this? Damn, the French really developed these regions like crazy. No wonder they're able to suddenly fight better now. Oh, but Portugal has managed to retake some of their land. If they can take Lisbon back, that'll be... Yep, they've taken Lisbon back. But, oh well, they are not in the same land anymore. The people are ready to revolt any minute. And oh, Bulgaria is now in Africa, and this is a huge mess. It's a huge mess. Let's just change it to the map ideological map mode and see how everything's going right now. Just think of it as red and not red. Except Canada is also, yeah, you can ignore Canada. And so now the the Argentinians have knocked out the Peruvians, and the New Zealanders have also been kicked out of North America. So Oceania remains firmly on the side of the what do you call on the side of the anti-communists, and the Philippines, this one island, is preventing them from annexing it, and knocking them out of the war. India, on the other hand, continues to struggle. They're not able to put up much of a fight as much as they did before, since they're much weaker. And hold on a second, I just noticed these Afghan borders. Damn. So, hey, if they just had this one province, it would look pretty good, right along the Indus River. Like, nice. The borders look kind of cool. Look really chunky. Anyways, back to what I was saying. What a world we live in. Anyways, we're gonna continue on. The Soviets are invading Africa. They're continuing in their invasions, but the Allied powers are holding on strong. Actually, they're managing to knock out these Soviet armies. What's happening is the Soviets, as they try to invade, they're like spreading out way too much and getting beaten one by one. And as long as these colonial powers are able to solidify their hold, see, the British are finally fixing their mistakes. They're assimilating, these provinces, right? And oh my goodness, I didn't even notice this. They've knocked out South Africa. How many turns has it been? It's been about 15 turns. Damn, they've knocked out South Africa. So now the unruly ally, let's say, has been put in their place with only a single province left to their name. How tragic. And so now we're having, again, Africa's more under their control. Except now the issue is all of this region, which was previously a contributing member in the form of South Africa, is now territory that needs to be like stabilized by France, who doesn't have the money for it, which, that sucks for them. But anyways, we're having the U.S. once again trying to invade the Middle East, and oh my goodness, France has bled white for this war. 9 years and 9 months, and 1.1 million people have died. The Soviets have also bled quite a lot for this war. The world at large has bled quite a lot for this war. If we're going back to 1,750 turns, it's the world population's here. It has decreased by 4 million, I think. Over 4 million. The world population has dropped by over 4 million, which is a huge chunk. And once again, France is being wiped out by literally all the members of this pact right here. China has taken Rome. And Italy, though, Mussolini has retreated right back into his Maltan stronghold. Portugal has once again pushed the Soviets back, which is, honestly good. And they're using Spain and Aragon as entryways to keep pushing back against communists. But all in all, I feel like this is gonna end up being the Brazilians have left. Oh, that's something. Okay, Brazilians have left the war. I don't know why. Okay, I'm really annoyed. Why is Indonesia just doing so little? This is kind of bothering me. Why are they not doing anything more? They should be invading Malaysia and Singapore and pushing up this way. I don't know why they're not doing that. But anyways, we have another major issue though. We have um, Brazil leaving the Allies. You know, they're leaving the Allies. They've left it 5 turns ago. So now Brazil is no longer going to be contributing to this war. Although, there's got to be a way to get them back in. Hold on a second. Um, wait. This is not fitting the lore, guys. I'm sorry. This is not. They really can't. Okay. Okay, well, let's just frame it like, oh, the Brazilians wanted a break. I don't know. They wanted they wanted a break from the war, but the Mexicans aren't taking a break now. They've managed to take over Cuba, and well, the one single island over here has been able to hold out. What the hell? The Cubans have had their entire island taken from them, but apparently their priorities are still just to economically invest. That's kind of funny. Anyways, the Mexicans are also invading the Dominican Republic. Will they be able to take it, or will they just slaughter the people there? That kind of sucks. I will never understand the age of history AI for doing this. It always annoys me. They're seemingly not. Sorry. Yeah, they're seeming. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that one. Yeah, they're seemingly not giving up. Oh wait, no. Ooh. Okay, Norway. Another. Okay, you know one thing I've noticed about this is Norway keeps invading Mexico, over and over again. I've seen this. Mexico has suffered nearly 700,000 casualties, which, I mean, damn, that's a lot of casualties. And Norway has suffered 50,000 trying to take out Mexico over and over again. However, we haven't seen the Russians at all try to take out the Mexicans, which is probably why they're doing so good. Funny enough, like that's probably why they're doing so well. Even the U.S. I mean, okay, no, the U.S. has taken a lot of hits too. And of course, nothing compares to the amount of lives that have been sacrificed. This is an error, it's just 1 million. But damn. Okay, wait, the Portuguese and the Russians, just against each other, have lost 1 million men. And I mean, honestly, again, the Portuguese have had like a really, really outsized role in this war. It's quite amazing. But once again, India has been knocked down. They're down to 2 states. They're probably better off not having that war. But, oh well. The lore requires it. Now, would you look at that? Monaco is in a golden age of prosperity. Because in all this chaos, everybody comes here to store their assets. Store their assets? No. What is it they do in Monaco? F1 racing. See what I'm talking about? See, they're just F1 racing. That's why we're surviving. Anyways, Portugal is now on the verge of death. And they are once again at war with communist. No, wait, they were always at war with communist Spain. That never changed. But it's the US is trying to retake France. I mean, I think it's the US that's mainly behind, like, yeah, see? They're sending, like, in the thousands, they're sending them over, trying to retake territory. Meanwhile, we've got, like, nations trying to come and take over Africa, but so far, the Europeans, I mean, the empires have managed to keep a solid hold on Africa, except France, which has had, oh my goodness, yeah, they've just completely fallen to rebellion. My goodness, that's see, this is what I mean though. Like now these nations won't be fighting alongside the Allied powers now, or at least that territory won't be. So it's unfortunate for them. I'm actually kind of amazed how the British have been able to like maintain control of this territory. And now you got a rebellion in Saudi Arabia as well. I don't know if they'll be able to take it. Yeah, they're gonna take it out. That's fine. This war is turning into a massive stalemate, with neither side is really able to win here. Mainly because at some point these nations are getting so big, and more often than not, rebellions are happening where like the nations are broken down instead. It's the world, yeah, the world's borders are like freezing along these. Oh, wait, what's happening here? Oh, Australia's just annexed it and peaced out. No, 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 you don't get to peace out. Hold on now. You're staying in the war, Australia. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyways, oh my god, okay. Wait, German Southwest Africa, Orange Free State, and Khoi Khoi. You know what? We're gonna have the remnants of South Africa go to war with German Southwest Africa and see who wins. Let's just. Oh. That was kind of funny. They just died immediately. But let's have like these three nations go to war with each other because, like, in all honesty, come on, man, we need some action going on here. They're fighting for the fate of South Africa, as you can see. Let's see who wins. Kokoi and Orange Free State are knocking out German Southwest Africa, but will they be able to? Oh, who will win? Oh, the Orange Free State is winning. And they're about to wipe out Kokoi. Koi Koi. Oh, okay. Well, the Orange Free State wins that Royal Rumble. Little miniature, little mini war in the grand scheme of this gigantic war. All right. Let's have it be such that the Soviets, after getting sick of being blocked by Spain and Aragon, decide to just get rid of Spain and Aragon as a concept. And so they invade Spain and Aragon. Boom. I'm not going to war. I'm really, at some point I'm just waiting until the Soviets decide to decide that I'm too useless as a puppet, and they just get rid of me. I'm waiting for that day to come. I hope they just accept my non-aggression. Nope. Iraq? Wait, what? Oh my goodness. The first communist state to defect has occurred. Iraq has now acted against is now acting against the communist world, and well, basically the entire world. So I guess it's 1990 all over again for them, which oh yeah, we're not that far off from 2003. Anyways, Iraq has let's say they've had a coup, they've had a change of heart, where they're now against the Soviet Union. Their desire for liberty has overcome their mindless pursuit of warfare. So now they are going to let's see if they'll change anything much. The Soviets are invading from all sides. Yeah, the Iraqis are getting partitioned very brutally. They still retain the communist government, but they're now getting partitioned from all sides, from the Iranians and the Iranian Saudis and the Soviets. I don't know if there are any Iraqis left. Yeah, they've completely lost all their territory, so they should be getting a peace deal right now, and they have. A horribly mangled Iraq is left behind. And so now that minor rebellion, okay, that was kind of exciting, but oh well, they're gone now. Meanwhile, over in the Iberian Peninsula, things are still messy as always. The Soviets are now flooding the peninsula in large numbers, trying to liberate the communist Spanish there, and they are succeeding. But also, Portugal is also like really, really holding back. And the thing is, every time the Soviets try to rush Portugal, the Americans show up and liberate some of French territory, causing them to go back. You know, And through all this, Hitler's undying war against France has carried on. It will never end. Never-ending war against France. Hitler has survived the Soviet Union and France for so long. I don't know how on earth he's doing that. But anyways, oh my goodness, no way. Even Saudi, okay, so after Iraq, even though Iraq didn't succeed and they actually helped partition Iraq, the Saudis have now turned on the Russians and are now against them. Are there any other states that are like similarly? That's weird. They're suddenly turning on the Soviets without warning. Um, Anyways, yeah, the Saudis are now on their own against the entire world. Honestly, if the Allies were smart, they'd just leave them alone, but the communists are now gonna wipe them out from all sides. Oman in particular, but also mainly the Russians coming in from the north and south of the country to try to take them out. Saudi Arabia is not gonna survive this. It's not looking good. Although they are gonna cause a huge distraction for the Soviets, that is not gonna it's not gonna save them. All I'm seeing right now is like the communist states, I think one by one, because they're all vassals, they're getting sick of Soviet dominions. Now they're just like rebelling, despite there being a gigantic war. And now the Saudi rebellion has caused the British to take advantage. But that won't be long. It won't be long before they're all wiped out right now. Saudis will also get carved up in the same way, same fashion. Yup, and just like that, they're wiped out. They've made peace and they're left with 3 provinces. Anyways, now the British and Saudis, oh my gosh, what the rebellion and just rebellion and immediately wiped out. But now, oh my goodness, the Russians are going insane. But the issue is they really can't capitulate all of Africa. Like to defeat the French and the British, they literally need to take all of Africa. And what's this? Iran? Oh my gosh, Iran has also. Amma, shoe cover Sorry. Yeah. Iran has also turned against the Soviets, and they're now staging not their last fight in the Italian islands. And oh, wait, I didn't realize Italy had peaced out. Now we can't let Mussolini will never give up. Mussolini will never give up on his war. Anyways, we're seeing the Soviets start to dominate Africa more. I don't think they're stopping. And even when like countries rebel against them, all they've done is just taken them again and again. Stalin is just ruthlessly expanding. Ruthlessly expanding their territory. And now Indonesia is facing invasion from China. China is essentially just handling all of East Asia for the Soviets. Meanwhile, Mexico is powerful, but oh wait, what? They've left the war? They can't do that. They can't leave the war. Same with Brazil. Brazil and Mexico are entering the war again. It's probably why they are losing. So are the Canadians. Sorry guys, I really need to keep track of everything. China has taken Alaska, okay. One thing I'm shocked about is the fact that no one has touched Japan. Like Japan throughout this entire war has never been invaded at all, I think, or at least very little. Anyways, it's looking really, really tough for the Allies to get out of this. But oh my gosh, Indonesia. Finally they're doing something. Finally they're like contributing to the war effort. This is amazing. Will they knock out Yugoslavia at least? If they don't, then it was all for nothing, honestly. This invasion. I think we'll see the territories immediately be returned. Yeah, they get returned to Yugoslavia. Oh well. Why is Greece occupying Albanian lands? Who knows? All right, so we are now still locked in a stalemate. The war doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I'll continue until. So far, I'm not seeing any major changes. Mexico has annexed Cuba, but they have to now take over the Dominican Republic too. Will they take over the Dominican Republic? Or just murder the people? It's fine. Oh well. Anyways, this has been a crazy war so far. Like, millions of people have died. And oh my gosh, China's actually going kind of crazy. They've taken Java and Borneo. Java? Is it no, yeah, this is Java. This is Borneo, Jakarta. Yeah. China's going through like their own island hopping basically. Huh. And honestly, I think the Russian totalitarian Soviet state is just too powerful to stop. I think eventually, given enough time, I think these nations will peace out. What am I doing? I should just let the game play on its own. Why is it not? Oh wait, I should remove the diplomacy tab. Yes. Let me just let the game play. I have been recording for over an hour. This is a lot of... Damn. Long time. Oh wait, it's not moving. Wait, what? Oh, it stops moving when I touch the screen. Let's see. Oh, we can watch as the Soviets and the, French and British and Chinese all struggle to fight over Africa. My goodness. They've revived Nigeria as well, and Nigeria still wants to leave the Russians. China is here. It's actually quite crazy. Saudi Arabia is back, or at least they've been released as a monarchy. Okay, so now we have two Saudi Arabias in the world. Shamar, Iraq is still here. We also have two Monacos in the world, by the way. Just thought I'd bring that up. We have another rebellion against the Russians in Corsica and Sardinia. This should succeed. They're not really doing anything about it. And Portugal has now been completely kicked off the Iberian Peninsula, although they'll survive in Africa. The Orange Free State, they're just here. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna end this. I think I'm gonna end this here, and I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys whether to decide whether the Russians have won, or whether or not, or whether the Allies have won. Honestly, I think the answer is pretty clear. Like, I think the Russians take this one, but again, this is like a really, really long war. Russians have lost, both sides have lost millions of people. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a nice, a nice return to Age of History 2. I've had this ready for quite some time, because this was done because I was playing as the Russian totalitarian Soviet state and did all this conquering, and specifically to build up to this World War III scenario. Thought it would be interesting to watch and see. I think it would have been a little bit more balanced if the Russians did not have Germany, and instead they had it as a puppet state, but that's okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.